up, everybody? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Emerald. Nice to meet you. Green vibes to you all. If you're new here, this is a channel of spirituality, astrology, holistic health, and herbalism. So if you're interested in that, go ahead and like this video and subscribe down below so that you don't miss out when I post future videos. This video is going to be if you have Saturn in Pisces placement, Neptune and Uranus in Capricorn placement, and or Capricorn rising with Neptune and Uranus in the first house. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get straight into it. First off, shameless plug, if you're interested in getting a full natal reading from me, I do offer this service on my Etsy shop and on my website. So go ahead and check out the link below. Thank you, and let's go ahead and get straight into Saturn in Pisces generation. I am going to go ahead and list on the screen when this generation was born. There are so many dates, so see if you go ahead and fit into these categories. Let's first talk about what exactly is Saturn. Saturn is a planet, and in astrology it is known as the planet that rules over the sign of Capricorn. Saturn is the planet of restriction and hard lessons, responsibility, the father figure, work ethic, karmas, time, setbacks, life lessons, and it is considered, well, I consider it the king of the earth or material realm. What is Pisces? Pisces is mysticism, compassion. It is the 12th sign, and I consider it the most spiritual sign. It's very strong and healing and very compassionate. It represents true freedom in thought, flow, state, and intuition, etc. Now, how does this placement actually manifest in our generation's lives? First, let me go ahead and mention the bad things. Let's go ahead and get the bad things out of the way. Lack of structure in our lives. Literally going into the unknown and wanting to form structure, but there's nothing to form it with. Now, depending on where this is placed and aspected in your chart, me, for example, I have this placement in my second house, which is the house of money and value, and for Saturn to be here restricting the hell out of my money my entire life. People would perceive me as having, things, having material things, but Saturn has taught me to choose quality over quantity, but Saturn has also vastly restricted my own income for my whole life. Sometimes I would be left with $0 in my bank account for like weeks on end, and then all of a sudden I would get money in my bank account, but then again it wouldn't come until a lot later, and that has been recurring my entire life, just learning these hard lessons on responsibility. Now, an example of it being in the 10th house, which is the house of career, which is the house of your success. This would be tricky, and you don't really understand what you want in life or what you would want in a career. So that is going to be Saturn and Pisces influence. And again, get a birth chart reading for me to really specify and to see where your placement is and how it interacts with the different planets in your chart. Now, I'm going to go ahead and show you Ariana Grande's birth chart because I'm going to be showing you her birth chart throughout this entire video because she has all of these placements. So this is what it looks like to have Saturn in Pisces. Now, she has Saturn in Pisces 0 degrees, but it is still in the sign of Pisces. As you can see, that little glyph represents Pisces and the T shape represents Saturn. Now, when it comes to symbolism, I like to think of this placement as flowing water, like a huge waterfall meets hard earth. Now, this can be very difficult to mold anything, and when you do actually mold something, it can be easily washed away. This is where structure meets complete undoing. There's no solid place to stand, and that can lead to this constant state of anxiety. To be honest with you, this generation is going to have constant worry and depression, and to put it bluntly, we'll feel like we'll never be able to rest or have downtime, and that we feel the need to always be working, and that we somehow don't deserve the love and compassion that we give to others. Again, this is the father figure meets spirituality, and that's something that cannot be seen. It's not tangible. It's really all in the mind and in the heart. Saturn in Pisces also represents major endings. If you look at the years Saturn was in Pisces, major things occurred in the world, like endings of wars or civil rights movements and other major things. Pisces represents endings, and that Saturn influence means that it's happening in real time on the Earth realm, which is so powerful. Now, you have something called a Saturn return, and a Saturn return is super important, and it happens 3 to 4 times throughout your life. If you're aged 28 to 32, you're probably going through your Saturn return right now. This is when Saturn comes back into the sign of Pisces, or whatever sign your Saturn was in, and this will literally rock your world and really make you focus on this area of life. The next time that Saturn is going to enter Pisces is in 2023. That is 2 years from now, and I will be 28 or 29, I don't know, but I will be going through my own personal Saturn return, and it can either be really good or really bad. I'm really hoping that it's going to be good because the money, okay? Because it's in my second house, hopefully this will bring me an influx of money, and hopefully this will bring me a sustainable way to make money, as opposed to what's been happening in my last 27 years of life, which is struggle. So your Saturn return is truly going to be a true test of whether you've learned the Saturnian karmic lessons. Now, Saturn really does give in time. Saturn is a master of time and receiving things slowly but surely. We are honestly so blessed to have this placement. Another good thing is that this placement makes us the ultimate healers of the world. The community, the family, the people close to you will automatically be healed in your presence. We thrive with spiritual practice, so things such as meditation is key to keep our sanity, literally to keep our sanity. We are a highly empathetic people, and we can see and feel the wrongdoings in society. Through this, we are the generation that will transcend society. The age of Aquarius, which is currently now, it's shaking things up and it's pinpointing the things that are wrong, but us as the Pisces generation, we are actually going to move the world into this higher vibrational state where things are not so unjust. So like I said before, Pisces truly is that spiritual sign. It's gone through all of the other 12 signs. It is a master sign. So to have Saturn here, the master of the earth realm, meeting with the master of the spiritual realm, honestly, we have a big life's mission, and that is so incredible. Now, I find that when we truly listen to our intuition and we abide by what Source has in store for us, like when you get random thoughts and creative ideas, things come faster for us on the material realm. If we are constantly in resistance, though, that's when we're pulled back into Saturn's hold until we learn the lesson over and over and over again. So we have to surrender to our true power and realize that spiritual growth is our true mission here on Earth. Not to be working a 9-to-5 job that we hate. It's to flow, it's to listen to Source, and it's to listen to the messages that we can get through meditation, through journaling, and through isolation. We can achieve all of these things. Now, I do want to stop and pinpoint isolation. It's very, very, very important for us to isolate ourselves because Pisces is the sign of isolation, and Saturn just needs time to think. We just need time to think through all of the BS that we've been enduring and encountering. So this is a great sign to isolate yourself. Don't ever feel guilty for having alone time. So that was the Saturn and Pisces generation. Now I'm going to go ahead and move on to Neptune and Uranus in Capricorn generation, which is roughly 1988 to 1996. Now, having Neptune and Uranus in Capricorn is very, very, very similar energy to what I just talked about in Saturn and Pisces. Neptune is the planet that rules Pisces, and Uranus is the planet that rules the sign of Aquarius. And Capricorn is the sign that Saturn rules. So hopefully you can understand that. Here again is Ariana Grande's birth chart, and here I have circled her placement of, she has a Capricorn rising, so you see the house of Capricorn and you see the 2 planets there, which are Uranus and Neptune. Neptune looks like a fork, and what does Uranus even look like? yeah, it just looks like a half circles on the side, and a Neptune is the one that looks like a fork. Just think of Aquaman. Fork, Pisces, water, mermaids, Neptune, you get me? So yeah. Now, we all have Capricorn somewhere in our chart, but this is the generation that have both planets of Neptune and Uranus occupying the house that Capricorn is in. For me, personally, this is in my first house, and later in this video, I will be going into detail on exactly how I feel about this placement and what we go through. Now, again, this all depends on what house this is in. Neptune in the sign of Capricorn. This is the energy of having instability in a place that needs stability. This is where reality meets non-reality. This is where realism and responsibility meets dreams. Also, adding in now the energy of Uranus gives it a very rebellious, innovative, and intellectual energy. You'll be the type of person who sees injustice, especially in the workplace. You'll want to change and innovate your own personal stability and material gains, getting money and resources in a very unique way. Now, I want to go ahead and give you two different house placement examples. My hubby has placement Capricorn in the third house, and I see that in the way that he speaks and communicates to people is very powerful, impactful, and down to earth. Ideas come to him lightning fast, which is Uranus, and he also deeply thinks and ponders on things, and also has a tendency to overthink a lot, which is the Neptune influence. Now, having this, let's say, in your 7th house, which is the house of relationships, your closest relationships will see you as someone more serious, dependable, but also unique, and can't really pinpoint you or your personality. Your personality may be all over the place. You could be super serious one minute and then dreamy and in la la land the next, or very excited and invigorated, but overall you'll care more about spirituality and knowledge being intertwined in your relationships. You can see this also if this is placed in your 11th house of society, groups, and friendships. This is the energy that you will be bringing to the table. Now, these placements are important because we're talking about wanting to break these structures down and creating something new and more heart-spaced, more sustainable, and highly vibrational. Capricorn does not play games, and it's holding these two planets accountable. Neptune's influence can blur things and make it more unconscious than conscious about how it's impacting you, but Uranus energy is literally gonna slap you in the face randomly, and you'll get great ideas coming to you about how to fix something for the betterment of yourself and humanity. Also, a key gift from Uranus is not wanting to conform at all to societal standards. Some people may see this as a curse, but I personally see it as a gift, especially in the workplace, not wanting to listen to the boss or having really tough times with managers and coworkers who just can't seem to do the damn job right. Now, dress codes and rules really bog us down and irritate us, and it would be best if we worked for ourselves, because then we can be creative, innovative, and work on our own schedule and not have to answer to anyone. New projects are also very exciting for people with this placement because it's, well, new, and it's an opportunity to flex our genius that's been suppressed the whole time. Now, again, if you want to know about your own personal placements, go ahead and click the link below to get your birth chart reading with me, and I can explain so much more in your chart. We are all so very, very unique and special. Now, I'm going to talk in depth about my own personal placement, which is having Neptune and Uranus in Capricorn in my first house. And Ariana Grande also has this, so I'll put the picture back up so you can see. You can see that the number 1 is there, and you can see that she has Neptune and Uranus with the sign of Capricorn in her first house. Now, this could resonate with you as well, but this is specific if you have a Capricorn rising sign and you were born between the years of 1988 and 1996. The first house is the house of self, the head, the physical body, the appearance of someone, and how we move about the world and how the world sees us before they really get to know us. Now, they say that Pisces risings or people with Neptune in the first house have a very dreamy appearance, and that their eyes are very tantalizing and hypnotic. So see, you know, if you can see that in me, comment down below if you feel the same about your own appearance. It's very interesting to see what people say. These are super powerful planets. Neptune is the higher octave of the planet Venus, which is the planet of love, sensuality, divine femininity, and abundance. Higher octave means more powerful. It's like a level up, you know? Not really a level up. This is like level 1 to level 50, baby. Level 1 to level 50, baby. Okay, I'm done. That's that. I don't even know what's coming out right now. Probably the Leo moon though, okay? Now, this can literally create illusions and deception because this planet has mastered the art of beauty and has transformed it into a superpower, and not just something cute, but something that can truly impact the personality. There's a dreaminess about us. The eyes are the gateway to the soul, and having the most spiritual planet in the house of our physical appearance, our eyes and the way we look is very profound. Now, unfortunately, this can also create some chaos because we can easily lose ourselves in other people. Because we have literally the ability to shapeshift and feel into what people desire, if we are strong in understanding this placement, we can get a lot of things done by manipulation. Yes, manipulation is not bad. We've been conditioned to believe that the word is negative, but in fact, manipulation allows more ease in life. If a branch is stuck in the stream and it's not allowing it to flow, manipulation of the branch by moving it will change the course of the river, or the river will manipulate itself to flow around the branch. Now, if you add more sticks, you've stopped it completely. You can use the power of manipulation for good or for evil. In this energy of Capricorn, though, it makes a difference because, again, we're talking about the king of the earth realm, so physical things are taken into account. We are very artistic people because we're grabbing messages from source and putting them into the material realm. Me personally, I love music. I'm a musician, I'm a singer because I can feel the music deeply. I love to paint because I can see so much in my mind, and it's so pleasurable to then put it on paper and see it in real life. Like an actress as well, having these multiple personalities in the mind and being able to express them in the physical form. We have a lot of talents. Now, issues with this placement is, again, losing yourself, not knowing who you actually are, because there are so many influences on you. Something serious is constantly wanting to be under the influence of drugs and alcohol, because reality is too hard on us. And I can say personally that I have struggled with this. I have literally woken up some days and grabbed the bong. I have woken up some days and grabbed the bottle of wine just because I immediately want to escape my reality. So we have a tendency to overindulge because, again, these illusions that we want to escape into are just never enough. And having Neptune here in the first house makes us super sensitive, physically, mentally, and emotionally. We are true empaths and we feel everything and everyone, and it can be very overwhelming. It's important to always be on the defense and constantly defend yourself, which is super tiring when I just want to like chill and flow, you know? Something that helps me is having a safe place to go, and also aromatherapy is clutch in easing the anxiety that is constant when I'm outside in a social setting. Now, side note, I also find that animals are very attracted to us because I feel like we radiate compassion. I personally am not a pet owner, but I see that when I go out into nature or when I meet other people's pets, they're always attracted to me and they're always very like chill and calm. So I don't know. Comment down below if that's happened to you too. Now, alone time and seclusion is a must, because we need a place where we aren't influenced anymore by anyone except for ourselves, which gives us the freedom to create and just be as we truly desire. I'm talking about seclusion from your mama, your daddy, your grandpappy, your partner, your dog, everybody, so that you can just have your own aura to yourself. Capricorn here really helps though, because it's such a powerful earth sign. People are automatically a bit more cautious when they're around us, and the resting bitch face that we naturally have is a great defense to unwanted energy. Don't ever feel guilty for not sharing yourself or your energy with another, because it's precious and we already have so many people taking it without our permission. So again, alone time is so crucial. Now, Uranus, let's talk about having Uranus in the first house. This is a higher octave of Mercury, and this rules intellect and rebellion. Now, this makes us stand out of the crowd. We have a very unique look to us, almost mystical and alien-like, not ugly. But we represent rebellion all over us, how we dress, the clothes that we wear. We want to be different and not conform by any means. Me, for example, I want to be different, and I also want to be spiritual with the Neptune influence. That's why I wear a lot of crystals and I put it into my own style. It's my own protection from the spiritual realm. Now, Uranus also brings brilliant ideas from source, just out of the blue. We are extremely psychic. I mean, also having that Neptune influence, I didn't even mention that. That's an extremely psychic sign, and to have Uranus here means you're extremely psychic and that these ideas come to you lightning fast. Listening to our intuition and following it is a key to a better life. Saying what we actually want to say and expressing. Now, you may not have known this, but if you have a Capricorn rising, we have had the planet of Pluto transiting our first house for years now, because Pluto is transiting Capricorn. Capricorn's in the first house. Since 2008, we have had the planet of death, sex, rebirth, and transformation in our first house. So this is literally changing how we look as well. This is very intense and will bring a lot of transformation to our lives, physical appearance especially. For me, I lost over 1,000 pounds. I lost over 100 pounds and discovered the truth about what it takes to take care of the vessel. The body is the true home. Now, this can also look like a change in our careers, constantly changing our careers and looks, not quite knowing who we are, how we fit in, and what we want from our own selves. Journaling is very important to get clear. Meditating and talking out loud to yourself is extremely helpful as well. Side note, I feel like we might have a lot of thoughts coming through our head that are not our own, and we have to filter them out from what is ours and what isn't ours, especially with the psychic abilities, the deep empathy, the deep compassion, and the Uranus lightning fast thoughts. We really have to take care of our mental health. Now, as a Capricorn rising, you'll also have Cancer in the 7th house and Scorpio in the 11th house, which means that out in public and in our close relationships, we're very emotional, watery, and intuitive people. It's important to trust yourself always. Cancer energy makes us very warm, loving, and nurturing to our close relationships, but also highly empathetic, emotional, and can take things personally. People pleasing is a huge issue for Capricorn risings because we have Libra in the 10th house of career and the public eye, which is all about balance and non-confrontation. Libra does not like confrontation, so we probably have a tendency to shut ourselves down pretty often. The 11th house with Pluto and Scorpio makes us seem mysterious, secretive, and powerful out in society and in the groups that we're in. Me personally, I'm very possessive over my friendships, which is why I have none. And I always unconsciously want to be the leader in the groups that I'm in. Now, combine these things with the planets in the first house, and we recognize our true power is in the mystery and the spirituality of life. If you don't have a spiritual practice, you are truly missing out on all that life has to offer. So that was my video. Again, if you would like to get a personal birth chart reading, you get a one-on-one 1-hour session with me where I break down your entire chart for you and send you a 16-page report. So definitely hit me up. And again, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some clear insights, and I hope to see you again on my channel. Blessings to you all, green vibes to you all. Peace.